the Gilva retention is that having the purpose after inhaling and after open hold to direct the hair down from the top down. We have already seen in the second movement, this one, that this first part was open hold, and then this is already directing hold. Somehow is a little bit, we can consider the higher part of the directing hold. So more how we go from really keeping the air up in moving it from the very top. While the next movement, that is my understanding, is working all the way down. All the way down, it means all the way down below the navel. That's where around the navel, we should keep the air controlled with the next hold, that is close hold. That is the name. So the sequence, because the movement as a sequence, to get in the proper way to the proper form of the close hold, is really necessary that first we remain open so we don't block the air anywhere along the road down to the navel. This is important. In other system of yoga, when you apply a holding like that, there are other things that they do to be sure that what is happening is correct. But rarely is highlighted and done in a simple way like innate movement of Yantra yoga, in the sense that yet movement in Yantra yoga help shaping this condition, help shaping also the memory of our body, how to do it. And then this is enhanced in the practice of the Yantra, basic Yantra, enhanced in the practice of the variation of the basic Yantra, and then applied in different kinds of breathings. So in reality, everything is a preparation to be able to apply correctly different kind of breathings that we call pranayama. That is the purpose. But apart from this, in themselves, the kind of 8-movement island, the application of the holdings is what allow us more than just the training of the fluid breathing, that in itself is something absolutely important for our life, but through the application of the correct way of controlling the air when we hold in these different ways, is enhancing and directing more precisely the effect that is linked with the breath work. So inhaling and exhaling is important, but when we go in the dominion, in the dimension of the holding, then the action is stronger, deeper. And as everything, when there is this plasticity, now it's common that our brain is plastic, is not just set in stone, as it was taught not very, very long ago. But with anything that can be shaped, if it's done in a certain way, can be shaped in a virtuous way. But if we do it in a distract way with our bad habit, well, we are shaping it not in a good way. We cannot have it both ways. If it's flexible and malleable, then you can do whatever you want. It's like with a piece of gold, you can do an ashtray, you can do some nice jewel. So that is the characteristic. And when we work at the level of the holding, especially also the close hold, is somehow more powerful than the other holdings, but you should be sure that it is done in the right way. That's why sometimes, and I'm sorry it looks like a critic, but when I see some systems that they simply see to use a coordination of the flow of the breath that is proven, also is not just a thing of today, is something that comes from centuries and certain of yoga and other kind of system that understand the importance of the breath, that they simply say inhale for a certain ratio and then hold for a certain ratio, but holding is not always done in the same way. People with different tendency, a different habit might hold in a different way. So if you hold for 4 counts in an open hold, relaxed, is one thing. If you hold for 4 counts like this, it is a different thing. It's different. And in this case, it's very important. If the hold you're doing is done with strength or vigor, or sometimes when it's done with distraction, with tension, and it's done in the wrong place. For example, if you hold the air and goes that here, it can really not very good for the heart. Also done in a certain way, create pressure in the head, is not very good also there for your, what everything that is in the head is very kind of delicate. So understanding where and how holding the breath is done in a way that enhances the correct and the positive effect of doing it, and can correct what are the effect of doing it wrongly. These are the 8 movements. That's their job. That's their job. That's why are called the 8 movements for purifying, coordinating the prana. Is another word for our vital subtle energies that are subtle and very powerful at the same time. Okay, a little bit in general. So Jilva help us bringing, correcting down the air so that when is in the precise place that is below, then we can keep it there. That is a close hold. Close, it means we keep it there. That's it. But another function of Jilva, because it's bringing the air from the top down, can also train us in exhaling from the top down. And that, in Yantra Yoga, and personally I think is really the natural way of breathing, we should exhale from the top to the bottom and have this nice flow of the breath like an ellipse. And so practicing Jilva can train us in doing this, as practicing the long exhalation can also train us to do that, because somehow, and we can discover doing these 2 movements, what the frame of the body is doing is pretty much the same. Opening the ribcage and closing the ribcage. So how we do that? Of course, there are different things that happens, but that's the thing. And so when the body trains in doing this, if you nurture this memory, and here comes in play also the brain, we keep repeating something, and then we strengthen this memory, and then this connection remains first a little and then longer, and then becomes part of our habits. And this, there is only way of doing it. Desiring it doesn't work. Reading a lot of book about it doesn't really do it. It's training. Nothing can substitute training. No way. If we want that an action develop a memory, then we should do it and do it and do it and do it. Memory in the brain, memory in the body, memory. Now there is so many things also about memory, but basically without memory, nothing happens. So let's go and see then the next one, that is the fourth. The fourth is for the fast exhalation. For the fast exhalation, the first one is for the long inhalation, and the last one of the first four is the fast exhalation. So it's like a little bit one thing, you know, and then the next start with the fast inhalation, the next four, and we end with the long exhalation. And there is open hold again. So open hold in the first four movements is always there. Always. It is in the first, it is in the second, it is in the third, it is in the fourth. Always there. So I think that can make us understand the importance of open hold. Because open hold, in my understanding, is how we transition from inhaling to exhaling or to hold. So allow us to enter in the phase of directing the air down or starting to exhale smoothly. Because a smooth process of the inhalation in our basic dimension of our daily life is extremely important. It's extremely important because influences literally everything. Okay, so now we start with a little, yesterday we did not, but today we do, a little bit of movement to help opening up the breath. And in this case, we try to keep our feet together. I kept it on the blocks because I prefer, but can also be done like this if you don't have something to put your feet on. And I said, if you have a chair like this, you can put next to the legs of the chair, and so you automatically are a little nicely controlled. So in this case, the knees should not be do that. And maybe it's easier if you stay a little bit in front of the chair. And then we simply do this. We put, sorry, this telephone is doing beep, 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 beep all the time. So, like this, something where it's not painful. And then breathe, relaxed. Probably you have automatically the tendency of breathing a little deeper. But if you feel like you can make it a little more deep, always from the nostrils, only from the nostrils. Okay. Now you sit back as before and see the breath. Probably you feel it more open than before, even if we didn't stop to observe. But be sure you are really inhaling smoothly from the nostrils and don't block in the throat. Okay, now we do the night breathings. A little open, back straight. Now already, if you are in this position, you see that you breathe already differently than before. We never really think or observe how the position of the body is influencing the breathing. But it really does. That's why the posture is very important, and the breathing influences the posture, and posture influences the breathing. Now, you can really experience very easily. For example, now we are in this position, as I am, try to be in this position, and then breathe. And feel the breathing. And now close the elbows, the knees. Breathe a little deep, otherwise it's not easy to see. You see? Now we go back like before. It's different. So for what we're doing now, this one is more correct. We do the 9 breathings. Exhale nicely. Then go in, out, shape of a grain of barley. Remain empty. Stay empty. Go the other side. Elbow up. Empty, go down. Inhale the other side. Don't hold even nothing. Immediately, smoothly, you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay empty. Inhale. A little empty. Inhale in the position. Exhale in the position. Bring the elbow to the side and start exhaling, moving down. Exhaling very thoroughly. One moment empty. Inhale, coming back. as you see, it's possible to do a very nice expelling 9 times the impure prana in the chair, on the chair. Okay, now first we see some little warm-ups for the movement. So we start in this way, circling. Then we can get one foot and shake it. We don't do it for a long time. It is more that you can also see what you can do. Then the other side. Exhale, inhale. Now you can grab the base of the arm of the chair, the back, and depends the chair you have. So then you grab one side, or you can even go around the chair like this. You see my arm, can get it a little further back, and then we turn. Try to stay with the knees parallel. In this case, or even closer is possible. Then go the other side. And even here, if you have some problem with your back, you don't find comfortable, then you can put something that you feel more at ease. So now we can go in movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay. Now you come in front like this and relax a little bit the spine. Then you come up and try to put your leg like this. And just keep it there for a little while. Some people maybe will be more like this. You don't try to push it, try to keep the back straight and let eventually gravity, feeling that it is moving a little down. Now, let's put it on top of your knee and gently move forward from the navel. Gently. Don't put pressure on the knee. If you want to put the hands, then you can leave it here or putting at the root of the thighs. And then in this case, you can inhaling and exhaling, if you please. Like kind of subtle breathing, not forceful at all. Don't push it. If you only have to do this, it's fine. Now, try to put on top. And we do the same. Now, if you can, you bring this foot more back and do it again. And then stay a little bit. And then we change. First up, let it stay. Then on top, move forward. If by any chance you cannot, don't worry. You do always what you can without forcing. Now you cross. Move this way. Always the navel moving forward. And now try to take it a little more. And then try to stay. we go back to the other side. And now we do as before, but turn in this way. First we turn to the side. This is called the open side, where there is not the thigh. We turn to the open side, very little, don't have to push it here. And then to the other side. The other side, you try to block the knee and try to turn more. So from this arm, you control a little bit the knee and turn more. Always with the back straight. With the chair, it's more easy to be able to keep the back straight, but you should remember that you want to keep the back straight. And the head doesn't tend to turn as much as possible. The spine does, but the head is just straight. Okay, then we let go. The other side. Try always to keep the movement of the breathing smooth. The other side. Okay. Now we go a little to the in front of the chair. And again, hands at the root of the thighs, and we move a little bit down. But don't charge too much the knee, the hands really here. Don't do this. Don't do this. And don't try to lower the head. Just move the navel forward a little. Then the other. This one is perpendicular. If you can go down more, then you can let your hands on the floor. But you don't have to push it to this point, not necessarily. But if somebody can and like it, then can do. And don't come up like this. When you come out, slowly. Breathing slowly, moving a little slowly. Now we stand. Something for the back. So we can turn the chair this way. And we can hold into the back of the chair in this way. And let the leg straight. And let's stretch the back a little bit. Feet parallel. You have to control your shoulders. If you sink too much with the shoulder, it might be painful. So you should move back the scapula, the shoulder blade. And in this way, it should be easier. Don't let too much sink. If you don't have any pain, it's fine. But if you do, then you do that way. Then, according to what chair you have, we can go down a little more. Try to keep the head between your arms. And if you can, a little more. This increases the pull on the legs. And then you can bend one leg. I do this, that's more evident. But let the other one stretched. If you don't have pain of any kind, but just a little, you can do this. And then you can alternate. You can even lift, like little walking. Then we come back. And we come back like this. The reason I did a little stretch for the back is because of the fourth movement. Even there is a little bit of push with the back, but it's better to prepare it a little bit. Okay, so I think the warm-ups are done, and now we see the movement. We were standing, sorry, that is the real Yantra. We did everything on the chair, because there is a way of doing the first two movements standing and then connect with sitting when we do the next one. But we started from the chair, so we continue on the chair. So we have finished in this way the previous movement. So in this case, we have to do this. First movement is inhaling. First of all, everything is to count in this one, but it is better I show you first. I show you at least the first part, and the other is mirror-like. and then we go the other side. Now, I have the blocks, so I can avoid the necessity of lifting the feet. But if I didn't have the blocks or something else, I even designed a little stool adaptable, but I could never actually have it made. Then would be like this. And then you have to lift this foot when you inhale. And exhale like this. Here, we have to grab the feet in this way. The thumb on the sole of the feet and the palm on the sole of, the palm of the hand on the sole of the feet and the thumb on the big toe. Like this. It's not like this, it's not like this, but like this. And here is not too complicated. Then, if you move a little bit the foot to the side at this point, when you come up, I show you. You inhale, exhale. At the end of exhalation, if you move it a little, really perpendicular to the knee, you see, first was here, inhale, exhale, a little move, then you're more stable for the next round. And this hand, you can hang or something, leaving along the side if you don't have any particular things to do, or you can grab something if you want to feel more stable. Then we have to inhale in 2 counts and slightly opening. Okay, when you do this movement, you should feel that the air is moving more to this side than to this side. That is the purpose of this, the knee up, to favor the expansion, because if you are down, then it's going everywhere, too much. So it is higher, then it goes more precisely. So we open just a little. Okay? Then staying in open hold, we go all the way. And here we have to try to turn as much as we can. Now it's not just a little. Now you have to really try as much as you can to turn. And not with the head, with the body. And then bending down, this is directed hold, halfway, and then finish. We exhale. So I repeat, from here, inhale, open hold, turn, and then you should try really to turn the back. If you can use the chair to help you do that, it's fantastic. The shoulder goes back, and then you bend down, directing the hold, and then you exhale. Then inhale, and exhale. Not like this, but moving the navel toward the thighs. Nice exhalation. Then inhale. And then you lift the other foot. Exhaling. Move it a little here, that's more stable. Inhale. open hold, directed hold, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is the way we do it on the chair. Now maybe we try to repeat together. I do it, now I do it with the blocks. Could be a little higher, even better, but. So I will tell what we are doing in terms of inhaling and exhaling and defining the holding. Man crossed the left over the right first, and women the right over the left first. And the second time is the opposite. In, out, in, hold open, hold direction, out. In, out. The other side, in. Now man right over left, women left over right, out. Again. In, out, in, hold, open, hold with direction, out, in, out, in, out, in, hold, hold, out, in, out. Okay. In my mind, I'm not doing what I'm telling you to do because I'm trying to find, while doing it, a way of explaining and making it a little more easy. And so sometimes I get distracted. Yes, I think that even though in theory should be a little more than just this. You see, when I lift my foot, I'm like this. If I am in this, is even lower. I'm seeing would be better, even if you have some little block or if they are a little higher. Oh yes, this would be better. This level is not ideal. A little higher would be better. You should feel when you are like this that you are inhaling. You should feel really the air expanding more to this open side. Lower that it is the knee and less is happening. This side should remain kind of controlled. So you should be a little high, like this is good. This is now good. Okay, so we do it again. Let's put this one pink that can see better. They're a little together, but in, out, in, open hold, directed hold, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open hold, directed hold, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, last time. We can also do it without this little adjustment I told you about the feet. Like simply like this, and then like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. But sometimes it seems it's okay, but it seems we can less going nicely to the side. If we move a little bit, then there is more possibility to go into the side. But this you can see, if it becomes cumbersome to do just little adjustment with the foot, and you cannot really do it easily and interfering what you're doing, then don't move it. Doesn't matter. It's still pretty nice. Doing this, we can, and also using the chair somehow that you have. At the best, you can try to, in the phase, the second phase before the G, to turn as much as possible. And you see, then you would have to have more balance in the foot if you go more. So that is the same. But it's a matter of increasing the torsion of the position. It works also pretty nice without necessarily to do this more adjustment, just staying in the position and doing this way. So this is the third of the head movement for Gilwa. The next one for the fast exhalation. Here we not necessarily need this. If you find it more comfortable, okay, but otherwise this can be easily done also normally. If it is like this, again, also depends the chair, again, how high is the chair. If you do it like this, also if you have a little stool or something that is more stable, then you don't have these problems. I don't have it here, so I use what I have. It's a little easier because you go down less, then you see why, but we do it both ways. So the end of the previous one is like this. So now inhaling, look well, At first I show you. This is a fast exhalation. So when we exhale fast, and the inhalation that precedes the open hold, that precedes the exhalation is long. But I do it once, so we see. Okay, that is the movement. There could be also a variation of doing it when we are here, going up. But I have my doubt in doing it this way because can be, I don't want people to fall around. So I'm telling you, if somebody knows the movements of Yantra and thinks maybe to adapt it this way, I do not advise very much to adapt it in that way. Better you stay, nicely sit on the chair. So we finish this way. So in this case, we can, wait, I do it without, so maybe most people are doing it without, more democratic. Here, then we can come up. We should go like we are doing in the first of the movement, crossing and crossing. But in this case, we can lift up our feet. And then we exhale and go down. And we exhale nicely. Then we inhale slowly. Here we remain in open hold. And then pushing down the arm toward the navel. You go forward and exhale fast and thoroughly. It's at 2 counts. It's in the sense that the exhalation is fast. It's faster than 2 counts. But then, at the end, there is a kind of, the last beat keeps almost going out a bit, so we should not be so fixed with, is a fast 2 counts, but basically it stays in this, that the nature of the exhalation is fast. Then we inhale, lifting the feet up. Exhale with the arms along the side. That is the first. Then again, lift the feet, cross the arms, like in the first of the 8 movements, not like this, but on the way up, like we did in the first of the 8 movement, lifting the feet up and then down and exhale. Here I don't have to push it down all the way. You put the arms nicely here and you feel the exhalation is done nicely, completely, without pushing it further. Then you inhale slowly in 4 counts. In open hold, you come down with your arms in 2 counts, but at the same time, remember, in the first movement of the 8, when we do this, we are helping the air to exhale. Remember, when we do like this, and we let a little coming down, the elbow, the shoulder come down too a little bit. So this somehow can help in letting the air directing down when exhaling. But here, we are in open hold, but in doing this, more or less, we are doing something a little similar. We let the open hold somehow relax downward. I wouldn't call it Gilwa, but there is a kind of letting the open hold start to not being too much up in the chest. It's not like this. It's not like this. This is the open hold of the first movement. Here, when we do this, and do this, is different. And then when we are there, you direct the crossed arm toward the navel, and in this moment, you exhale. So the downward direction of the arms, it coincides with the starting of the exhalation, and at the end, you're basically like before. You are there and helps you, in this case, very thoroughly and forcefully exhale completely very well the air. So it's fast and it's also complete exhalation. It's not just fast and the air remains. No, because is already there, and then even if it's fast, it's going out completely. And from the top to bottom also, in reality. So that is the structure of the movement. And as you can see from before, we do it 3 times. So now we do it together. So we have finished the previous one like this. In front. Now inhaling, you come up, cross the arms. Lifting also the feet. Exhaling, feet down, forward. Inhale slowly. Coming up to the level of the shoulders. In open hold, let the crossed arms down. Push toward the navel and fast exhale. Inhale. Lift the feet, arms parallel along the side. Exhale, feet down, arms along the side. Inhale, crossing, feet up. exhale forward.
Keep the back straight. Inhale slowly.
Open, hold.
Fast exhale. Back straight. Head straight. Don't go with the head down.
Inhale. Feet up. Exhale along the side. In. Feet up, down. Back straight forward, exhaling. Inhale slowly. Open, hold.
Fast exhale.
Inhale. Feet up. Exhale. Now we do it another time, but I only say inhale and exhale and nothing else. Open, hold, of course. So we start from the end
Of the third. Inhale.
exhale,
Slow inhale.
feet down, open, hold, fast exhale.
Inhale.
Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
Slow inhale.
Open, hold.
Inhale.
Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Once more. Okay. Now we do fast inhalation and exhalation 7 times. And we relax. If it's possible, and is the right back of the chair. You can lean on it and just let go. Or you feel this one is not comfortable, then you can stay like this. Okay? We finish the third and the fourth. Day after tomorrow, we continue. And by Sunday, we finish. Thank you very much. See you next time.